Welcome to the Fit Chicks and Hormones podcast, where I share my insight to help you move through your perimenopause and menopausal years with ease. In this podcast, I talk about natural solutions for balancing your hormones and empowering you to move away from the symptoms like fatigue, mood swings, hot flashes, and resistant weight loss to feeling vibrant, confident, and full of energy as you age gracefully. Let's get started. So last week I put a poll in the group and asked what you're struggling with the most, like what you're struggling with right now. And the top 3 things that came up was inflammation and puffiness, belly fat, and the aches and pains. And those were the top 3. And here's the thing, they're kind of all interrelated, especially in our perimenopause and menopausal years. And what I mean by that is the things that cause them and the things that are making them worse, they're kind of all related. So if you focus on clearing out some of the things that are causing these, all these things can go away, right? I want to jump in here and talk about the symptoms that you may be experiencing, why those things are happening, and of course, what you can do about it. And I want to start by saying, of course, I feel those things too. I've experienced them. The belly fat, the aches and pains, the inflammation, the puffiness, not feeling good in my body. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But I don't always feel that way. And it's because when I take care of my body, I don't feel those things. But when I let things go and I let things slide, that's when I start to feel just ick in my body. And obviously, it's because as our hormones are changing in our 40s and 50s, we become more susceptible to inflammation. And inflammation, that is what is causing the belly fat you can't get rid of, the aches and the pains in your body when you get out of bed, or when you're just moving in general, and the puffiness that you're feeling all over your body. So when we hit these perimenopause and menopausal stages, our estrogen and our progesterone, which are our calming hormones, they start dropping. And you've heard me talk about this over and over again, right? They're kind of going like this in perimenopause, and then they just kind of tank when you become postmenopausal. These 2 hormones actually protect us from inflammation. So when they're low or when they're dropping, we start feeling the effects of it. And it's not just because of the dropping hormones. Now that's a lot of it. We are more sensitive to these things than we were when our hormones were at our peak levels. Now, when they're dropping, our body's just going like, ugh, you know what? I can't deal with that as much as I used to. It's too hard. It makes me feel not good. I can't support that the way that I used to because I don't have the hormones to do it. So these things also could be causing it. Not just the hormones, but it could be from poor sleep, which I know it's already a struggle in this phase, right? You're already like, well, I'm not sleeping anyway, so I don't know how I can, it's not that because that's been going on. So when you're getting poor sleep, it messes with your body's ability to repair. If you're not sleeping well, your body is just basically stuck in survival mode. And I know you know what I mean. I've been there it's been really rough, like month and a half, and I just haven't been sleeping well, and it really, literally sucks. Inflammation could also be caused from stress. Stress, I talk about this a lot too. So whether it's like all the daily things you got going on, whether it's emotional stuff going on, or just your to-do list, you're going all the time. This takes a huge toll on your body. And what happens is it increases your cortisol. High cortisol for too long fuels your inflammation. And here's the thing, you may be like, but I don't feel stressed, I feel normal. Well, that's because you're used to it. But internally, your body is thinking otherwise, and it's going to let you know. I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the symptoms that are going to let you know. Another thing is food. I'm always talking about this one, so I know you know what I'm talking about. The inflammatory foods, right? The processed foods, the boxed foods, the sugar, the wheat, the eating out, the dairy, wine, all those things. I get it, they're tasty, they're delicious. I just, ate a bunch of those when I was on vacation. And they're fun to have. But now that your hormones aren't able to support all those tasty foods anymore, you're going to not feel so good when you indulge in them. And then there's your gut. Another thing I always talk about, gut health. Everything spurs from your gut health. So lower estrogen also affects your gut. This is why I have a lot of clients taking those digestive enzymes. What happens is it triggers bloating. It triggers sensitivities, whether to food or chemicals or environment, and more inflammation from the inside of your body. And there's one more thing that I want to bring up, because I don't know how often this is talked about. I've been talking about it a lot more, but it definitely matters when it comes to inflammation, especially when you're in your perimenopause and menopausal years. And that's your environment. So the lotions, the candles, the cleaning supplies, your laundry detergent, makeup, anything you put on your body, these can all be adding fuel to that inflammation, making it worse. And so a lot of these things are packed with endocrine disruptors. So these are basically chemicals that mess with your hormones. And when your hormones are already on a roller coaster doing this, they're going up and down and up and down, and they're tanking, when you add more synthetic chemicals to the mix, it just makes everything worse. I did a podcast on this. If you want to know what that is, reach out, let me know, and I will send it to you. So what happens? These toxins that are in these products are causing more inflammation. Now, you may be not feeling it a lot, but it's messing with your hormones, it's impacting your liver, and it is actually making you feel worse in your body. It could be keeping you from losing the belly fat. It could be keeping you from losing weight. It could be keeping you from sleeping. So definitely something you want to pay attention to, okay, is maybe cleaning up those products that you're using, some more natural ones. Again, like I said, I did a podcast on this, so if you want that, let me know. Okay, so now you may be going, well, I don't know. How do I know if I'm experiencing any type of inflammation? Here are some symptoms that I want to share with you. And if you're like, yep, all of them are me, or yep, this one, go ahead, post in the comments, share with me. I would love to hear which ones you're experiencing. I may be able to pinpoint exactly what's going on and maybe help you to get rid of that. So here's the long list. So achy joints or muscles, especially in the morning when you get out of bed. How many of you have to hobble to the bathroom when you get out of bed? I do. Puffy or swollen hands, face, or your belly. Digestive issues, so maybe you're experiencing bloating, constipation, diarrhea. Fatigue that doesn't go away with rest, so you're just constantly tired, even when you wake up in the morning after a good night's sleep. Brain fog or difficulty concentrating. This has been me again, and again, all is going to go back to, I'm going to share my story here in a minute. Unexplained weight gain, especially around the belly, or inability to lose that belly fat. You may experience skin issues like redness, acne, maybe some eczema or a rash. Frequent headaches or migraines. I just had a really bad migraine last week. Trouble sleeping or waking up feeling rested. If you're still cycling, you may notice that your cycle's a little bit off, or your PMS symptoms are even worse. So those are ones that you probably know about, right? Those are common ones. You hear about those a lot, or maybe you're experiencing a lot of them. Here are some that are maybe a little more less obvious, but still something you need to be aware of so that you can understand and know, wow, I have a lot of inflammation going on in my body. So one, cravings for sugar, carbs, or salty snacks. So you got a lot of cravings going on, it could be from inflammation. Maybe you have mood swings, you're irritable, you're just kind of feeling on edge all the time. Raise your hand. Bad breath or white coating on the tongue. This is something that I learned when I was doing acupuncture, because she told me that if you have a white coating on your tongue, that means that you have inflammation. You could have some type, there's something going on, right? So check your tongue in the mirror. Is there a white coating on it? You probably have some inflammation or something else going on in your gut. You want it to be nice pink colored. Maybe you're feeling hot or flushed, so you're getting those. Maybe you have a lot more night sweats and hot flashes, or maybe you're just getting sick, right? Maybe you have some swollen lymph nodes in the neck, the armpit, maybe in the groin. You have increased sensitivity to foods, smells, or chemicals. This is something, unfortunately, I experience all the time, and that's just because of my MTHFR gene, which is kind of frustrating in itself. Maybe you're experiencing dark circles or puffiness around the eyes. How many of you notice that after you eat something that maybe you haven't eaten in a while and you're like, you get all swollen, you can barely see your eyes and they're so puffy, right? Or maybe you're holding onto water weight, feeling puffy. You touch your skin and it stays. It's kind of really squishy, even though you're eating clean. Eating good food is not just the main thing. Remember, I talked about those other things. So again, paying attention to that. There's a lot more things than just the food you're putting in your body that could cause inflammation. So yeah, talking about, I just went on vacation about a week ago. And I really enjoyed myself. I had a great time. I was eating all the foods. I was having drinks. I was just really enjoying myself because I was like, you know what? I deserve this. Plus, I really needed it. And we were staying in an Airbnb, which was like an older home. Like you could tell, like the wood was, like all of it, it was really old. It smelled a little musty when we came in, but I had a diffuser going with some essential oils. We opened the window as much as we could. Because this is not anything under my control, right? So I do my best that I can. So since I got back, I've been really bad brain fog, like so much so. Even my husband's like, I'm a little worried about you. You can't remember the simplest things. I'm like, I know. Dark circles under my eyes, these are getting better, but they were really bad when I got back. The puffiness in all over my body, the puffiness in my eyes. I had achy joints, especially my fingers. And I just did, because I did some Oikos yogurts when I was there, and I didn't notice it as much, but then I didn't have them for about a week, and I had some again last Friday, and my joints and my fingers have been hurting ever since. So as much as I love dairy, it keeps telling me that you can't do it. You just can't do it because I don't feel good. And here's the thing: is I may choose, like, yeah, sometimes I just really want it, right? But is it always going to be worth it? Because not only does it hurt my fingers, but then I know there's inflammation going on in my body, which makes me not healthy and affects all these other things that I just talked about, right? So, when you're experiencing those things, you need to pay attention because this is a sign that your body, it's angry, it's mad at you, it's pissed off because you're not doing what it needs. And when all these things are going on, you're not going to have the energy to do what you want. You're not going to be able to deal with life the way you want. You're definitely not going to be able to lose weight or get rid of belly fat or get rid of those bloating issues. 100%, that's not going to happen. And what it means is your body is looking for a reset. Please help me. It's saying, please help me. What can you do to help me reset? No, this isn't like a detox or a diet or a cleanse. It's just simply paying attention to your body and finding out what things affect it and what things don't. And here's the thing. You don't have to overhaul and change everything overnight. And you don't have to do it all at once. I always say one small change at a time will lead to bigger results over time. So doing 1% better every single day is going to get you to move further than doing absolutely nothing. But you have to take the next step. You have to do it. Nobody can do this for you. You have to do it. You have to do the work. A pill, a diet, a cleanse, those things are not going to help. They're temporary. But they're not going to clean your body and heal your body internally from that inflammation that's going on. So here's a little challenge I have for you that I want you to do the rest of this week. I want you to just really stop and be body aware. Pay attention. This is something I have to teach all my clients. Being body aware. Because we are going, doing all the things. But when you stop and pay attention, you're going to see. Your body's going to tell you and give you signs that what you're doing is working or not. Okay? So, give me a second here. Okay, so start noticing what makes you feel better and what makes you feel worse. So after you eat a certain meal, do you feel heavy? Do you feel bloated? Do you just not feel good? Is it after a specific food? Pay attention. A lot of people have a hard time with cauliflower and broccoli and Brussels sprouts. But you can't also gobble them down. You have to chew them, right? So what certain foods cause you to feel heavy, bloated, uncomfortable, not good in your body? Do you feel more achy after a poor night's sleep or after a stressful day? Right? It's not just about the food. It can be about all these other things as well. Just pay attention, right? Don't judge yourself. Just be curious and write it down. So here's the thing is when I work with my clients, they're tracking their food. So if something's coming up, we can go back and look to see what is going on and what is causing that. I am pretty good at being able to look through that and be like, you know what, it's probably this. Let's remove this for a while and see how you feel better. And that's helped a lot of people. I even had one client that I worked with, she could not have spinach. Spinach is healthy. Who would have thought? But for her body, it was not working. It made her nose run all the time. She felt like she had allergies. She removed spinach, didn't have those problems anymore. But again, that's a sign of inflammation, right? Your body doesn't like that food, so you can't have it. So this week, just pay attention. Pay attention. If you are doing something, if you're in a different environment, like I know because I'm so sensitive to mold, I can walk in a building and I will know exactly if there's mold in there because my head will itch, my eyes will burn, and my sinuses get all weird. And I'm like, nope, we need to leave. So I know this, so I can be not be in those places because they're going to cause more inflammation. They're going to not make me feel good, right? So be mindful, be aware, because when you know what is causing the issue, then you can start making changes. You can shift things to start moving in the right direction. You can start to feel better. Like with me, when it goes back to that, as much as I want to have those Oikos yogurts because I love yogurt, I just may find that I can't. Sometimes I may just do it. I'll take an enzyme. Maybe I'll take something else to help me process it a little bit better. But it's not something that I'm going to consume on a daily basis because I don't want to feel horrible every single day. And here's the thing. Decide if it's worth it or not. But if you want to get better and you truly want to feel better, I would say stay away from whatever food you're noticing is causing an issue for at least 3 weeks. Not just a few days, at least 3 weeks, okay? Your body needs time to fully process it out of your system. And I just looked this up beforehand because I've heard this before. But gluten. So gluten, breads, gluten and wheat, those things can take anywhere from just a few days to up to 6 months to get out of your system. So, and depends on how much. Like, are you going to the bathroom every day? If you're not having a bowel movement every day, it's going to take even longer because you're not getting rid of it. It's just circulating through your body, causing even more problems. So, give it about 3 weeks. Even if, you know what, you're like, I can't do it, do a week. Try a week, and then add it slowly in to see how you feel. See how your body reacts, okay? Pay attention. If it reacts in a bad way, you probably need to do it longer. There are some things that I can do, like before I used to be able, let me go back. When I gave up gluten and wheat because it did not make me feel good, it was always my stomach. It affected my stomach. Always affected my stomach. Now, because I don't do it often, when I do, it doesn't really affect my stomach, but I feel it. Like I feel inflammation in my body, I feel puffy, and I get a lot of brain fog. So it affects me in a different way because I have truly removed it for a long time that my body's like, this isn't as bad of a reaction. It's not right away because I used to eat it and then right away my stomach would blow up and be uncomfortable. Now it takes a few days and then I'm like, I can't think, I can't focus, right? So pay attention to how your body feels. And here's the thing, this is always, like, it's not about being perfect. Never is it about being perfect. You're going to go out to eat somewhere and think you're eating something that doesn't have what you're trying to give up, and it's going to be there anyway, and you're not going to know it. So it's just about reducing the toxic loads so that your body has a chance to breathe, to reset, and actually feel good again, instead of having those things that are bothering your body day after day after day after day, right? Building that. So you think about a glass of water and these are the toxins and you're building it up and it's just spilling over all the time. What we want is to slowly drop that down so that it's not affecting your body. And that is why I'm working on and I've been talking about this in the group. So this is why I'm working on, and I'm still working on it, because I am a perfectionist, and I really, really, really want you to get the full benefit and true results. So I really want to make sure that it's going to be the best. And I haven't done one like this, and since it's only going to be 3 days, I really want to make sure I give you all the stuff. So it's a free 3-day belly bloat reset. And we're going to talk not just about the food, but about daily habits that support your whole body. Like drinking more water, making sure you're moving, even maybe doing a little bit of detoxing for your liver, because your liver is doing so much on a daily basis. It needs to get a little bit of a break so that it can remove the inflammation in your body and you can feel better. It's not just about losing the belly fat. It's not just about losing the weight, but it's about healing the body as a whole from the inside out, so that not only do you feel good on the inside, but you feel good on the outside and you feel confident. And you know what to do. So if you're feeling inflamed, if you're feeling tired, maybe you're just off, maybe your belly bloats and your digestion is off every single time you eat, this reset is the perfect way to get you back on track and get you back to feeling like you again. So if you're interested in it, remember it's free, 3 days. Comment reset and I will send you the link to get signed up. It isn't going to be for a couple weeks yet, so if you get signed up now, I'm going to be sending some goodies throughout the next couple weeks, so you're not just like waiting, going, no, when are we going to start, when we start? I'll send you some stuff, because why not? Get you prepared just a little bit early. Start educating you a little bit more, so you're ready to go, so you can start feeling better in your body. So thanks for listening. I hope you got some good information out of this. Hopefully you learned something new. Please share this or tag somebody that you feel like could benefit from this as well. And if you have any questions, just ask, because I'm always here to help. Thanks for listening and have a great rest of your day. I hope this episode today resonated with you, and if it did, I would love for you to share it on your stories and tag me on Instagram or Facebook. A review would be appreciated too. Your reviews and shares not only help us to grow, but they give other women who are struggling through their menopausal years hope that they don't have to continue living the way that they do. Your questions and experiences are also so helpful in giving me subjects to talk about. So feel free to reach out to me anytime on Facebook or Instagram with anything. I would love to help.